If you've been watching the Oklahoma City real estate market lately, you've probably noticed things feel different. Not bad, not crashing, just different. And today, I'm going to break down exactly what's happening across the Oklahoma City metro by comparing Norman, Edmond, Moore, Yukon, and Oklahoma City itself. And I'm also going to tie in what's happening nationally so you can understand the why behind all of it. So let's start with the big picture. Inventory. Across the metro, we're sitting right around that 3-month range, depending on the city. Norman is around 3 months of inventory. Edmond is slightly higher at 3.25 months, and that puts us in middle ground. Not a strong seller's market anymore, but not a full-blown buyer's market either. And this lines up perfectly with what we're seeing nationally, where inventory is rising because more sellers are finally coming back to the market, especially this spring, with new listings jumping over 20% in some months. So buyers today simply have more choices than they've had in previous years. Now here's where things get interesting. Pricing is not doing the same thing everywhere. In Norman, we just saw a pretty big jump in median sold prices up to about $285,000, which is an 8.7% increase month over month. That's a strong movement. But then you look at Edmond, where prices are sitting around $355K, and they only moved about 1% month over month. So what does this tell us? Norman is seeing more short-term price swings, while Edmond is acting more stable and has leveled off. And this actually matches what we're seeing across the country. Some markets are up, some are flat, and some are slightly down, making this one of the most split markets we've seen in years. Now, let's talk about how fast homes are moving, because this is where buyers are starting to gain leverage. In Norman, homes are taking about 28 days to sell, and in Edmond is right around 27 days. Now that's a big shift from the 5 to 7 day frenzy we saw before. And nationally, we're seeing the same thing. Homes are staying on the market longer, which is actually one of the main reasons inventory is rising. It's not just more homes are hitting the market, it's that they're not selling instantly anymore. But here's the twist, and this is where a lot of people get it wrong. Even though homes are sitting longer, sellers are still getting very close to asking price. Both Norman and Edmond are sitting right around 99.9% of list price. So what does that mean? That means pricing correctly is everything right now. And nationally, this is one of the biggest shifts that's happening. Back in 2021, tons of homes were selling over asking price, but today, a much larger percentage are selling at or below list price. That does not mean prices are crashing. It means buyers are pushing back on overpriced homes. Now, let's zoom out and compare price tiers across the metro, because this is where you really start to see the strategy. Norman's active median list price right now is around $360,000, while Edmond is sitting closer to $420,000. That gap shows how buyers are moving based on affordability. And affordability is actually improving slightly right now. Not because these prices are dropping dramatically, but because incomes are rising faster than home prices for the second year in a row. At the same time, mortgage rates have been bouncing around the mid 6% range, which has created some uncertainty, but overall, payments are still better than they were a year ago. Now let's talk about demand, because this is another big misconception. A lot of people think demand has disappeared, but that's not true. In Edmond, new listings jumped significantly, and pending activity also increased, meaning homes are still selling. Norman is showing a similar pattern where listings, pendings, and prices are all moving, and nationally, buyer activity is slowly increasing as well. It's not a spike, but a steady climb back after a slower couple of years. So the market isn't dead, it's just more competitive on both sides now. Now here's something a lot of headlines are getting wrong. Home prices are not crashing. I feel like I've said that 1,000 times. We're actually seeing a stabilization. In Norman, values are up about 2% year over year, while Edmond is slightly down about 1.9% year over year. And nationally, we've seen the same thing, flat or slightly negative price growth in many areas, which is actually a healthy reset after many years of rapid appreciation. And here's the key reason prices are holding steady. Inventory may be rising, but we still have a housing shortage. Even nationally, we're estimated to be millions of homes short, and a lot of homeowners simply don't need to sell because they've locked in low interest rates from years ago. That's what's keeping a floor under these prices. So, what does all of this actually mean for you? If you're a buyer, this is the best opportunity you've had in years. You have more inventory, more negotiating power, and more time to make a decision. You may not get a huge discount, but you can absolutely negotiate closing cost, repairs, and better terms again. If you're a seller, this is where you really need to be strategic. You can still get top dollar, but only if you price it correctly. Overpriced homes are the ones sitting and in many cases getting pulled off the market and relisted later. And if you're trying to time the market, here's the truth. This isn't a market that you want to time. It's a market you want to navigate. Different cities, price points, and even neighborhoods are all behaving differently. So the overall takeaway for Oklahoma City Metro right now is this. We are in a transitioning market where inventory is rising, demand is still there, and prices are stabilizing, and negotiation is back. It's not a buyer's market and it's not a seller's market. It's a smart market. And the people who win in this market are the ones who understand how to play it. I'm Joey Blanco with RWB Realty Group. I hope this video was helpful. And if you would, smash that subscribe button, like the video, and if you have any questions about real estate, drop it down in the comment and I'll answer. Thank you and have a great evening.